second video is about money cannot buy taste. Because usually it be the folks who got the most money who don't have no sauce, no drip, no flavor, none of that. They just be
Man,
defaults out here, bro. I don't know what they be doing.
I was talking to somebody about that the other day too. Folks that get money and just start buying junk just to look like everybody else.
Bro, they be defaults with cheese, bro. That be it. But shout out that boy, what's his name? Saint Don W video. I'm about to get into it.
You would think that with all the resources that billionaires and a lot of celebrities have, that they'd use that to get some pretty cool stuff. And yeah, honestly, some of them do. Like Bob Odenkirk bought this painting for $67,000. But I've come to the conclusion that money does not buy taste. And I really feel like these Fortune 500 CEOs aren't using their millions and billions correctly. Because explain to me where your door opener is. So to continue my series on hating on people far more successful than me, I've made some criteria on what I would consider having bad taste. If you want to debate me on anything, go ahead. But I've got some pretty grass is green, moist, critical takes in here. JK, no Charlie slander around here, bro. Alright, so firstly, I'm gonna do taste in regards to things that people buy that would be considered personal. So examples could be being distastefully unfashionable, meaning it fits a hot ass.
Sandwich the shorts and the socks with the
Hey,
Hey, that nigga said your feet hot.
hey, bro, that really be it. These folks get money, bro, and don't know how to dress in the slightest, bro. Like, you got access to any fabric. You can make your own if you want to. Hire somebody to make your own. And your drip is still subpar.
Bro. That'd be my whole thought process on the whole fashion genre. When you get money, why not get your shit tailored, dog? Or get your shit custom made.
Motherfuckers
Custom made everything.
Motherfuckers look like they be getting dressed in the dark. I ain't gonna bat. Should be sick.
Oh my God.
You can also have a distasteful sense in interior design, simply meaning your house is hideous. But for now, we're just gonna focus on these two. Now, as you may know, the majority of celebrities have stylists, and the majority of billionaires have one fit. Zuckerberg is the only billionaire that I think has tried to dip his toes into fashion, and he just got straight LARP allegations. And people were actually mad to see him at the Prada show. And I have to say that some comments are just doing too much. But the idea of having a stylist, you could technically say that's buying taste. But no, you're just buying the illusion of having taste. But sometimes people's visions are so lost and so
don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with having a stylist. I'm cool with a couple stylists. I got my own stylist who got down, you feel me, get me right when I need to. But bruh, if you relying on a stylist to get your fits right, yeah, go back to the drawing board. You're cooked, buddy. Out of here.
They end up hiring somebody that puts them in bad outfits.
Oh, but you can't say bad outfits. Fashion is subjective.
I have never seen a good Westbrook fit, but I think a fair judgment of somebody's taste would be the clothes that they choose to create. But I'ma stay clear of YouTube merch, okay, and any merch that's just
bruh, no way, bro. Was that tongue? Bro, who added tongue in this picture, bro? Get this nigga out of here, bro. Triple T, you don't deserve to be here. This is not for you.
Stay clear of YouTube merch, okay, and any merch that's just clearly a cash grab. Cause one, two, the only people that buy this kind of merch are children, jesters, or people who are too supportive for their own
and
good.
content creators be having the worst merch. Mr. Beast merch, trash. I'm saying it now. Hey, Dude Perfect merch, trash. RDC merch, trash. I'm on love with merch, trash. All y'all.
I really don't think I can take someone wearing Beast merch seriously.
Why is Mr. Beast merch better than most actual clothing brands?
Is it now?
What?
But when I think rich nigga bad swag, fucking municipal.
All this design that got me drip.
Bro, this shit is so whack because it's just objectively a bad design. Even
my boy
just
Mark
the name
Wahlberg,
municipal,
W.
It means something that's related to a town or government. Where could he possibly have got that name?
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu. That's it.
If you're unironically buying municipal, let it be known Mark Wahlberg stones black people. And two Vietnamese men. How does this nigga have a career? And you know, I'm all for second chances. But when he dropped this Irish spring green hoodie with municipal curved across the chest, I lost faith in his redemption.
And nigga making bank off that shit. That's what I'm saying. If niggas making clothes and you can't make no bread off of it, bruh, just go back to the drawing board. Niggas making shit like these. Like these. Just green hoodie. Municipal across the front. That's it.
Green hoodie with municipal curved across the chest. I lost faith in his redemption.
Oh God!
But you see, if Mark Wahlberg was gonna commit hate crimes in the past, I was just really hoping he could put that $400 million net worth towards maybe some half-decent swag. Then again, I question how much input Mark Wahlberg had into Municipal, but do I really? He's really jacking this shit. But I just refuse to believe a team of people that specialize in design sat in a room and approved the production of Municipal. I like to call this the Stranger Things phenomenon.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because Stranger Things.
Speaking of content creator drip, Kyle, where's Vivette? Why we ain't seen no lookbook yet, brother? It's been like what 11 months. I ain't seen no lookbook, no T's and pieces. I get you getting it together, but come on, bro. You need some.
Multi-million-dollar show, but the writing and the ending was so bad.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
But how do writers with all their resources at hand end up creating such a bad final product? And the same thing happened with The Boys. Is nobody telling them? And yeah, this isn't really along the lines of having bad taste, and so is a lot of the stuff I'm gonna say. But you know, money apparently doesn't allow you to acquire the means to create a half-decent final product. Not a very good title now, is it? But Mark
No. Yeah, all my fans of The Boys, bro. RP in the chat for how they ended the show, man. Homelander went outside. They could have had a way better fight. I seen the AI version of the video that was better than the ending of the actual show. That's sad. Multi-million-dollar studio, and you... And just the way A-Train died alone. Y'all wrote him out of the show just a few seconds before Buddy was dead ass in bullet time, moving overly fast, faster than a laser could reach 6 feet and could run over there and stop him. But you telling me this nigga tripped over a tree? All right, y'all got it.
Berg when I finished talking, because what annoys me is I could sit here and hate on these weak ass clothes, but people buy it, and that shit keeps me up every single day. But to really show you that money can't buy taste, every year the most influential and famous people gather in one place.
This is
minus Deji, of course.
Bad Bunny,
but they
gotta
gather to
go
fit for fit. And of course, I'm talking about the Met Gala. Now, a lot of the looks you see from the Met Gala is what is considered high fashion.
Got that shit on.
It must be called that because you must have been a high to put this. But you're not gonna see anybody walking around like this IRL. But anywho, I find that some looks can be artistic, and I think they're good when they work with the theme. Now, there's two types of people that are dressed up at the Met Gala that I would say have bad taste. And first is the people that pull up in a basic-ass suit. Go home, you are not on theme. And the second type, you just have some bullshit on. And the reason some people be so eager to put on some bullshit, it's because the Met Gala is just celebrity dressed to impress. But it's sort of hard to impress the most impressive people who've ever impressed. So you really have to shoot for the moon with the fit. And when you have people constantly trying to outdo each other or be the most talked about, that's when you become #1 bullshit guy. But you know, it's a line. The more experimental you get with your look, the more unique and special it's gonna be. But eventually we hit this scary threshold where we got lost in the experimenting, and I can
just
tell
start
you
missing.
right now she's regretting.
Now this right here is the definition of missing the point, bro. You overshot the point. The point was to be experimental, and the point was to be different. You came out here with a Windows 97 operating system with Ethernet cords. Who is it? This is Jill Scott? No, Auntie, what are you doing? Y'all ass got outdated RAM cards, what HDMI inputs, what? Whatever stylist made this, send his ass to the back rooms ASAP. Cause no, we not jocking this fit, bro. I give this a -Z on a scale of 1 to 10. Your ass get a -Z.
This fit. I know that face, bro. I've been there. But the other thing is that brands invite celebrities and dress most of them. And I do not care to research how much input celebrities actually have to the final outfit. But still, you know, $1,000,000 fashion companies cannot be putting people in what looks like an optical illusion. What could the theme possibly be?
Here goes another fucking horrible fit. I keep forgetting. I don't think this is Jill's. I forgot her name. Fit horrible. Still another one. You just need to stop. What is this?
This, bro. But the thing about clothes is they don't cost $80 million. Now this ugly ass house does. Genuinely went insurance building on the crib. I've made this a point before, but when a house gets too big, it just no longer serves the purpose of a house. So honestly, I find having a house that's too big distasteful. And no, I'm not spiteful because I can't afford it. Because look, we have this $80 million travesty. At the price point of even 1/10 of that, that's pushing how much a house should ever cost. And not to mention this house is in Missouri. Do people live in Missouri? I'm not
80
American,
million
so
for a house in Missouri. Who wants to stay in the middle of nowhere and be in this? You already gonna be flying out to where you, man, bro. Don't let me touch no couple $1 million, but shit I'm gonna do with it's gonna mess everybody head up. Cause spending $80 million on this, all right, nah.
Travesty. At the
Double it and give it to the next person.
price point of even a tenth of
A helipad. Why do you need a helipad? You're not Kobe Bryant. You're not flying across the city, especially in Missouri. Man,
that.
Well,
That's pushing how much a house should ever cost. And not to mention this house is in Missouri. Do people live in Missouri? I'm not American, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure if you don't live in New York, California, Florida, or Nebraska, you just not on Earth, bro. But I guess if you have the money
definitely
to
missed
create
out Atlanta.
this hideous house, go ahead with it instead of doing literally anything else. Do you have any idea what you could do with $80 million?
Texas.
You see what I'm seeing, right? But let's actually take a good look at this place. Now, this place is called Evergreen Crystal Palace. You mean Evergreen Crystal Shopping Mall, nigga.
Fuck you, mean.
But for some reason, they went
trash.
reflective on every single surface of this house. Imagine seeing this from a distance, sun just piercing your retinas.
Nigga, imagine having to open your windows in the morning. Or close them at night. Y'all had cooked. Everybody seeing in there. Unless you got automatic shades, it's over.
Now,
with.
this house is on top of this hill, which is pretty cool, but also really annoying. You really can't get anywhere without a boat or an air vehicle. I mean, it does have a helipad. I guess that's how rich niggas move. But first impressions of the interior. Looks like a hotel lobby. Furniture is hideous. 2 packs
You
are
need to
ugly.
stay here, bro.
so much. I hate it. I fucking.
Straight
Now, are
windows
those some
open.
little elephants?
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Just asking to be addressed. Now look, I find almost everything about this house to be distasteful, from the damn colors of the walls and all the rooms being relatively small, because it just has a lot of rooms instead of having bigger rooms, which maybe get rid of the gun range for a better kitchen than this. Also the little elephant room, that can go. I don't know what purpose that was serving. A large fire in the general vicinity of this house would be nice. But have you seen all the Dr. Seuss houses? There's all these novelty houses which exist to be absurd, so I'm not even gonna be mad about that. But then there's this $30 million mansion that was just bastardized.
Oh, no.
Now, I've been waiting to use that word bastardized for a minute now. But from the outside of this house, it doesn't look amazing, but honestly, the inside makes it look like a shirtless marlin. Now, this house is described as maximalist, which let me just say, maximalism does not work in a mega mansion. It works in a 1x1 New York City apartment, yes. But that's because things aren't there for the sole purpose of taking up space. That's all the space they got. So much money put into this house for this final product. It's like even if the person who designed this thinks it's cool, you invite people over and this is your crib, they're gonna think you're insane.
Nah, the
And for almost
furniture
the
is
first time
atrocious
ever,
in
I
that
don't
bitch.
appreciate how people aren't being negative enough in the comments. Just let me read some of these comments for you. Not 100% my style, but way more interesting than all those white and gray houses you normally see. Are we talking about the same houses? Okay, I think she's referring to contemporary houses, which I would say yes, this is very, very soulless. But this is the argument multiple people are using in the comment section to justify this house. More comments. The owners of this seem like they'll be fun people to know. Yeah, it'll be fun to know how they lost their minds. Love it, especially compared to the gray and white modern houses. Alright, so they have to be deleting comments, right? Because I refuse to believe this is the majority of takes. If the fellow common man thinks like this, maybe it was never about the money. I'ma hope for a slightly smaller fire on the perimeter of this house, just because it doesn't cost $80 bajillion. But now a different way to look at bad rich people taste. Let's go through some of the horrible purchases various celebrities have made, starting with chains. Now colored folks love their chains, which you can make the argument that a chain
And he not wrong. Our slave owners made us like chains. But me spending $250,000 on a chain, alright. Watch how fast I go hit moissanite. Most of these niggas chains be moissanite anyway. They don't even know it. It was a whole thing with Johnny Dang and what's his name? Sauce Walker had a whole falling out. Because he swore up and down he was selling him VVs. Sauce Walker took his chain somewhere else. They said, bruh, you got moissanite. You spent $1 million on the chain? Yeah. Alright. Let me go get a house real quick. A chain, $250? You
in itself
tripping.
is a horrible purchase. But Ken Carson Opium Chain SD Kid Dexter. And to translate that means no, it's not a bad purchase if it's tough. Which deciding if a chain is tough or not is kinda hard. A lot of chains are just trolls or done as like an inside joke. Like this big ass chain, or Ye's Horace chain, or even Rick Ross's chain of him wearing the chain that he's wearing. But you know,
That's
technically
hard. I'm
that
not gonna lie,
chain
that's
should
hard.
have a
Rick Ross getting a chain of him wearing the chain of him. W.
chain if it was a
W
same
ignorance.
chain, but I'm not trying to get into all that chainception. But a part of me just can't justify spending $250,000 on a chain with like a cartoon character or some shit on it. Okay, I can maybe justify it if you're not getting some bullshit like Lil Pump's drug addict chain.
Absolute filthy, no good fucking drug addicts, man.
Good to know you're proud, I guess. Looking at it, it's probably wrong for me to judge people's personal choices and call it distasteful. But just because I like One Piece doesn't mean I should get an iced out Luffy across my neck. Even though that would be hard as fuck. Okay, my final verdict, you just can't have Bart Simpson across your neck. Get a grip. But I have to say I love the idea of customization, but you know, it gets to a fucking point. 6'9".
What's up, Ty?
Colorful, bro, but I really do not like your vehicles.
How you
Customizing
feeling today, brother?
Make it feel personal. But Kim K decided to wrap the Urus in velvet.
What?
It the cutest thing.
Man, throw this shit in the trash. This shit out of here, man. Cause what is this? Soon as it rained one time, car done. You go through any type of mud, car done. Don't let you be in LA. Shit gonna get dusty. Now your shit brown. Over with.
Ever.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
But I'ma just call this straight distasteful. First of all, how impractical was this?
Nice.
I actually don't think she ever drove it too. Let's be real, knowing people, if somebody ever saw this on the street, the first thing they're gonna do is find something that can make a stain, and it's going right onto that car. It's not just celebrities buying whack custom shit cause their personal brand or whatever. Shit like this convertible Monopoly Mansory G-Wagon exists.
This some different kind of shit.
See, just for the love of hating, if I ever ran into Kim K with that velvet ass car, we used to do some shit in the country called cheese. We'll cheese your ass. We'll get the slice of crab cheese, throw them bitches like shuriken. Don't let it be a hot day. That shit melting on your hood. You're not getting it off that shit. You try and get it off, you got to scrape it off, and that junk coming with paint, everything off of it. Throwing cheese on your shit.
And I don't want to be a part of it.
What you reckon they think the hardest part of this car is? The Monopoly $100 bill painted on the side, or the beast blue interior? This vehicle does not need to exist. But honestly, why I think rich people have bad taste is because when you're rich, it just removes all consequences of your purchase.
Literally.
The guy that bought that $6.2 million banana, he's not gonna miss that money. But as a common man,
$6 million on a banana, bro. I can't even fathom that, bro. Like, we have to go look at this. There's no way. $6.2 million banana. This banana taped to a wall. He paid 6.2 mil to. I know there's way better ways you could have spent your investment. You just dropped 6 mil just to eat it. Nah, you literally just ate $6 million. Let that sink in. That's more than a whole country's, some countries' food. You feel me? That's their whole balance of what they spend on food for maybe a year or two, bro. You just ate it in 3 bites. This world's sick, bro. We still got folks out here hungry.
and if you bought a $2 bundle of bananas and somebody comes along with a bat and just fucks that shit up, you're just gonna end up making banana bread. But when you reach a certain level, you can spend 50 bands on something ugly and just say it costs 50 bands. This is the but it's Balenciaga argument. So if you ever come across some bands, don't let that money replace your...
What's up, you?
W message, bro. Moral of the story is, bro, get you right before you get your pay right. Because if you just out here buying shit willy-nilly, that don't make it better. Can't just be spinning and spinning and spinning and you spending it on nothing. Then you gonna end up back broke. Wise investments, bro. I ain't saying you gotta be a guru when it comes to it, but bro,